Howdy, my name's Anna, and today I just wanted to do a spring look. This was inspired by, I got the Blend Bunny Cosmetics Sugar and Grunge palette when she put all of them at half price. I've been wanting this for so long, and when I was like, oh no, it's going away, I picked it up. For those of you who don't know, I guess there was some kind of lawsuit, like a cease and desist thing, that somebody's saying that they're the only people that can use grunge in the makeup community. I don't know who it is. I don't need to know. But instead of, I guess, kind of fighting about it, the owner of Blend Bunny was just like, you know what, we're just going to discontinue the palette. However, I have since heard that they're considering just doing a different packaging of it, because it is like such a beautiful palette, and I do hope that that's what happened. Regardless, I think that this is a beautiful palette and I just want to play with it, and I thought, oh, it'd be so good for spring. And I did this cut crease look. It took me like 2 hours. So if you want to see how I got this look, then just keep on watching. Okay, so we're all zoomed in on my eye. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put primer on that eye. A little worried that I got a little too much, but I always just use my finger. I've seen people use brushes. Maybe that's a better method. I don't know. And sometimes I'll use powder over that. Today I'm not going to, because I'm going to end up putting another eye primer over it that has more of a colorful base. So yeah, today I'm just gonna leave that the way it is. I'm hoping it doesn't crease. I don't think this creases very badly. All right, so that is that. Now I'm gonna take, I have these little tiny Rougher 23 brushes. I have 2 of them. Probably use one of them for the lighter shades and one of them for the deeper shades. And I think I'll start out the deeper shades and blend out from there. So I'm gonna go into this green called Garage Band, and I'm just gonna start to carve out what's gonna be the outside edge. I don't have a lot of space here under my brow, so I like to bring it quite far, like over this way. So it's maybe a little different shape than I guess would be traditional, but I definitely want to get that like up onto this hood. You can see like that skin. Definitely want it like above that place. So I'm gonna start right here and just try to start to carve out that line with a super, super light touch. Okay, and then going into Teen Spirit, the darkest kind of teal. Again, shaking off a lot of that excess, going in with a very light touch. Continuing that shape. And for me, I have to go right under my eyebrow or you're not going to see anything. All right. And now going into Moody, which is a deep purple. I'm hoping that's actually high enough. Okay, so with that same brush, I am going to wipe it off just on a towel here. And then I'm going to go into 1995, a little bit lighter green shade, and blend that up from this green. And then into Baggy Jeans and Detention. And now going into the 3 lighter shades, Ironic, Candy, Candy. And then Baby Tea. And I feel like I need to take a little bit of the Garage Band, the super dark green shade, and just sort of there. It's looking a little bit weak. All right. I'm gonna take a smaller blending brush and just try to smooth all of that out a bit and see if I can. I'm gonna go into Baby Tea again, the really light lavender, and try to amp up that color a bit. Okay, I feel like that's a good start. So now I'm gonna take, I don't actually love this formula, but it's all I have because I don't do this very often. So I'm gonna put this on. I actually use a lip brush from Nikia Joy Cosmetics, but first I'm gonna put some on the back of my hand, get it kind of warmed up there, and then take a Nikia Joy Cosmetics lip brush. It's a flat brush. It just looks, it already has some of that on there. Anyway, and I'm just gonna kind of move that around. This is like my palette now. Kind of warm it up, get it nice and emollient. And then try to start to carve out that line. And then fill in the rest. I got some in my eyelashes here, which I don't want because then when I open my eye, it's gonna get all over the place. Okay. And I'm gonna try to just dry that off. I feel like that needs to be a little bit more rounded. So going back into my primer, I'm gonna try to bring that up a little over here. Okay, while I'm waiting for that to dry, actually, I do want to go back in with these deeper shades and just like the green, the blue, and the purple, and just sort of deepen those up a little. But I'm going to use a really small angled brush for that, so I have more control. And then back into the super pastel shades. Now, hopefully this is dry. I'm gonna kind of pat it a little. Take off some of that thickness, I guess you could say. Because yeah, that's not dry. Again, this isn't my favorite base for this, but it's what I had. I'm gonna use my Pat McGrath under eye powder to like set that, dry it down a little. Okay, well that is not looking very smooth. Again, I don't actually like that formula or that product, which is the closest thing I have. And once I put some sparkle over it, I think it'll look okay. And we'll just clean all that up later. Actually, I'm gonna just fill in just a little bit right here with the medium green. It just looks a little off to me. And then doing it again with that lighter green on the very edge there. Now I want to take Sweetheart and fill in like the first third basically. So about out to here, I'd say. Maybe a little further so I can blend it into the next shade. but really trying not to get it into that green. Now, taking Skater Girl, and basically, I think I'm going to take that all the way out here. Yeah, this base is not very good. I have regrets right now. It's okay, it'll work. But yeah, that is just not sitting down on that. Darn. Do you see that? It's like repelling it. Okay, I'm going back into Sweetheart, the lighter shade. And I'm bringing it over a little bit more. Wow, that is lame. What is happening? Okay, well, hopefully these sparkly shades will go on better. I'm going to go into this first one called Bubblegum. I'm actually going to take the same brush that I was using for these. I think that'll work. I was hoping this would be a little bit more of this shade, but I guess that works okay. I don't know. All right, and then now going into Prom Queen, this more orangey shimmer, and bringing that out more. I'm gonna take my tiny brush, just try to blend those a little better. Now I'm going to take Don't Speak. I'm gonna continue the orange. I'm gonna try to keep this a little bit mellow, but it's sort of a deep color. I don't know, we'll see how this works. But basically sort of take it out in like a winged shape to meet that purple. Probably not the best brush for that, but just a little big. My eyes are so small. Okay. And then I want to use Drew and put a little bit right here. And then with a blending brush. So now I'm gonna go back into Detention, the middle purple, and bring this line sort of out a little more. Okay, I'm gonna try to amp these up a little bit. I'm gonna try to use a setting spray. I'm gonna first use this one, and then this one's the Bubblegum, and then Prom Queen. And I'm just gonna try to amp that up. I'm going to take my brush, get a lot of the shadow on there. And then I have this setting spray from Copacetic Cosmetics called The Finale. I really like it because it doesn't have a scent. I'm just gonna spray my brush and then see if that amps that up a little bit. All right, and then into Prom Queen. I don't know if that did anything or not. I think so. Okay. So now I'm gonna do some concealer here. But before I do, no, that is what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna take the concealer. Just basically clean that space up. Get a more even base down there. All right, and then with my Pat McGrath under eye powder, I'm gonna set that. And now I can get into the under eye. I'm just gonna use use the matte shadows. Start with flannel right in the corner. And then go into Skater Girl. And then into Sweetheart. And then into Ironic. And then Candy. And then using Baby T here in the inner corner. And then using Jawbreaker over that. And again, well, let's try it without spraying it first. Yeah, I think that's just gonna do, because, yeah, there we go. I think I want to bring that red in just a little bit. So using Don't Speak, I'm just gonna just shade that a little bit more. And with just a black pencil, tight line here. And really try to get that into my lashes, but not above them, if that makes sense. I want to try 3 different liners. I'm going to draw them on my hands. First, this is Peach Fuzz, which I think is a little too dark. And this is Honey Dude, which is a great option if you just want it to be kind of flesh toned. So maybe that one. And then this is Calabasas, which I really like, but it's more pink. Oh, it's so bright and shiny. Yeah, I think that might just look the best. I've been pretty brave this week with eyeliner, so maybe I'm feeling that. I can use my Danessa Myricks, and I'm just gonna do a tiny, tiny. I think that's reasonable. I think I need to round out this area with some blue. So I'm actually gonna take this Baggy Jeans shade and just kind of fill that in a little toward the purple. And then take Candy. This light blue. I kind of regret that. It does look a little better though. But maybe I should have used the green. I don't know. And I think I need to invest in one of those mascara things that you hold under your lashes so that it goes on that and not your face. But I'm gonna just put mascara on, let that dry before going in to the upper lashes. Actually, I'm gonna take this shade Jawbreaker and highlight my brow bone there. I think that'll work. Okay, hopefully that mascara is dry enough on the bottom. I really love this mascara. It's the Lancome Monsieur Big. I always get the little mini one. I think it's $16 at this point, which is still insane, but it works really well for me. Yeah, I'm not gonna put fake lashes on because I don't have that much room, and so it just kind of covers up everything that I did. So I'm gonna do my other eye and I'll be back to do the rest of my face. Okay, so for the rest of the face, like super simple. I actually did this off camera because when I did my concealer over here, I just added some concealer on like some darker or like red spots on my face to just kind of even things out. And because it's supposed to be spring and light and whatnot, I just didn't want to, well, I never want to put foundation on. So that was part of it too. But yeah, just very simple. I pulled out this Kaleidos, I think they're called Mono Blushes. This is the shade Dream Walk, and it's a very like cool toned pink. I think that Dior has a blush that was really popular a while back that's like similar to this color. But yeah, just I think I'm going super cool toned with this. And I also just didn't want to go in heavy with any kind of contour, bronzer, or anything. Just keeping it super light today. But yeah, I'm just gonna put a little bit kind of high up on my cheeks, I think. I thought about doing an orange, but I don't know. This just seemed like the right thing. Pink just seemed to want to, although my face is turning this orange per usual. And my new favorite formula that I've tried recently, this Glow, what am I trying to say? Lip gloss, my goodness, from Oden. Speaking of, I think when this is, yeah, there is going to be a sale on mystery boxes at Oden next week. They will not have any of the Legendary Diversa 2 series in those boxes, but I've heard that they will be bringing back some discontinued things in those boxes. Nothing's guaranteed, but I'm really tempted. Anywho, this is the Breath of Fire Glow lip gloss. That was a collaboration with Annette from Annette's Makeup Corner. I love this so much. And it just looks so like light and like youthful, healthy. It's funny because it actually took me almost 2 hours to do the eyes. And so I'm like, oh, I'm just making this like super light and like airy or whatever. But the eyes are intense, like no doubt about it. But I really like how this turned out. Anyway, this is my spring look. Really, I just wanted an excuse to play with the sugar and grunge palette. Really enjoyed it. It's really got a nice pastel palette right up there. And like these two shades are just everything. Like I love them. They're so pretty. Anywho, this is the look. I kind of want more blush, but I'm gonna hold off. So I hope you're having a good day. Thanks for joining me today. If you like do a look like this or whatever, tag me in like Instagram if you post it or whatever. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see what you do or your take on this. Anyways, like I said, hope you're having a good week, and I'll see you in the next one.
Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side alive. It will help us every day. It will brighten all the way if we keep on the sunny side alive.